May I remind you that trading is risky and not suitable for everyone. Your past performance, good or bad, is not necessarily indicative of future results. Please stay small, stay humble, focus on the long term, and never risk money you cannot afford to lose. Welcome to QuantBox Daily. Today is Tuesday, December 6th. Hello, my babies. All right, so we're going to go through our normal session. QuantBox technical, like we normally do. The little game of fundamental technical ping pong. But before we get into that, let's talk USD CAD. So yesterday, the setup I gave you guys on USD CAD was looky price is at support. Looky price is at a roll reversal. You guys know I only trade roll reversals because it ensures volatility. Okay. How did you take the trade? Remember yesterday I said to you guys, I was like, wait for price to come back down. Make a right-hand leg, close at the bottom of the range. Look how this red candle closes at the bottom of the range. That wick over there, bottom of the range. If you zoom out slightly, you can actually see that red candle. Actually, just move it over here. Just move those like down. Where is it now? I think it's actually on that wick over there. We close at support. But, and you can see there's actually support over here as well. This red candle. New York, baby. Just like I said, wait for New York, wait for price to come down and form the right-hand side. In terms of the M15 chart, what a gorgeous setup for New York. Look at this, friends. Look at this roll reversal here on the M15 chart. Look at this, beautiful. Roll reversal there. Price came down. This over here is the last candle to close before New York opened. So, buy at market. You can see I bought over there. Price came down, hit the M1, and then pachow, up we went. So I hope you got that trade. It happened exactly how I said it was going to happen, so you shouldn't have had any problems. What have I done now? Okay, well, my stop was 50 pips, so I've locked in 50 pips profit. I was going to lock in more, but I want price to be behind this support over here, and this support over here, and this support over here. You can see now prices come up and price is now closed at this support. If you zoom out, you can see there's this support over here. This is still bullish, right? In order for this to become bearish, price has to break support, support has to become resistance. However, I'm aware of the fact we are in a range. Looking at the daily time frame, you can see this green candle breaking above this resistance here. This green candle testing at a support. It's my view this should continue going up higher. However, if it comes down, knocks me out, I make 50 pips, I'm totally okay with that. My risk was 50 pips. My minimum acceptable performance is 50 pips. If I just get 50 pips off this, I'm totally fine. But I'm not going to put a take profit in place because it is possible we head all the way up here to the monthly target because price came off of the monthly M2. Is it a long shot? Perhaps. Now, what I can do is I need price to come up and make a higher low before I move profit higher, okay? We'll have to see what happens today. And again, I've made total peace with the fact that price can completely come down and knock me out. I'm okay with that. I'm okay only making 50 pips on this trade. And what that means is that 50 pips is my minimum acceptable performance, and then anything else is absolutely cherry on top. So I want to make sure that cherry is as sweet as possible. The fact that this is still bullish means that at this present moment in time, I have no reason to view this as a trade I want to get out of. The only way I'll close this trade is if I would enter a sell on this trade. So if price comes up and closes at a high level resistance, and we do the entire thing where I verify lower time frame, then I'll get out of the trade. Because if I put a take profit at, say, the daily targets, well, what happens if price goes higher? What happens if price goes all the way up during the course of the month to the monthly M4? Look how much extra money that is. That's an extra 200 pips. What if it goes to R2? That's an extra 360 pips. I want to get those if they're available to me. So what I got to do is I've got to pay attention to what's going on here. Just like I got into the buy, I've got to look and say, well, has price closed a bearish roll reversal? No, price came up, price came down, closed at support. This is bullish. And then the 4-hour candle hasn't changed that. I'm looking at the New York candle. I'm looking at New York Stock Exchange. I'm paying attention to price as it goes up. Do we end up closing at resistance? Have I got a reason to get out of this trade? Okay. Perfect. So I hope that you are in that. Just realize that whatever I present to you, I take. I'm not just throwing out willingly trades. If I say that there's an opportunity here, I'm paying attention to that. Now, I didn't upload a New York video yesterday because there was nothing to talk about New York. What I said to you was that the H4 time frame was sorted. We closed at that support. All I'm looking for is H1 to come down, touch support again, close the bottom of the range, and I'm looking for some indication of a roll reversal M15. Okay, and I got it. So I took it, and voila. Okay, cool. Let's jump into our QuantBox. Here we are, euro dollar neutral. Okay, cool. So what's going on in the euro zone today? Some low tier news, some medium tier news, some medium tier news out of the States today, exports, imports. Some high tier news out of the States today. Okay. What you're paying attention to right now in the US is a good economy. Now you might be wondering, like, if the economy in America is good, why are we suddenly seeing risk off whenever that happens? Because of what I told you last week and the week before. Look at interest rates. Look at inflation, 7.7%. What's the Fed's target? 2%. What are the Fed concerned about? Well, if the economy is shrinking and contracting, then it's dangerous to increase interest rates. But as long as the economy is doing well, they've got plenty of room to tighten. And that is dollar bullish. Have I been a bull on dollar the entire time? Yes. Have I bought any of these dollar pairs? No. Why did I buy USD CAD? Because it favors my dollar bullishness bias. Okay, cool. So that's why you haven't seen me buying any of the dollar pairs in case of USD CAD, selling USD CAD, or buying any of the dollar pairs because I'm a dollar bull, right? Cool. That's just my bias because of interest rates. So let's take a look at euro dollar now. So fundamentally, it says neutral on QuantBox. Let's take a look at where we are on the chart. So euro dollar. So yesterday, remember I said to you, we're looking for price to close at support. That never happened. Then price coming down, closing at the 21. That's a 4 p.m. candle. That's not a bias candle. The only candles I use in the 4-hour time frame are the candles that precede directly a market open. So what does that mean? It means the 4 a.m. candle, because directly after the 4 a.m. candle is London open. Directly after the 8 a.m. candle is New York open. Directly after the 12 p.m. candle is New York Stock Exchange open. After the 4 p.m. candle, there's no market open, so I'll leave that one alone. After the 8 p.m. candle, there's Asia. And the 12 a.m. candle, there's no market open, so I'll leave that alone. So the 16 p.m., the 4 p.m. candle, and the 12 a.m. candle, I ignore those two candles. I only pay attention to the rest. So you can see here yesterday, London didn't close at support, but didn't close at a bearish roll reversal. Then 8 o'clock didn't close at support. 12 o'clock didn't close at support. So there was no reason to buy euro dollar. Price came down, closed at the 21. That's a 4 p.m. candle. Doesn't count. The 8 o'clock candle. You can see price at this 4-hour 21. Okay. We haven't made a lower high yet. So technically, euro dollar is still technically bullish. Okay. But we broke the support over there. So that's a bit strange for me. Now, what you could be doing is you could be trading the 21 EMA if you are a bull on the euro dollar, and for whatever reason that is. If you're a bull in the euro, maybe it's because of seasonality. Maybe you're looking for some nice risk on for the month of December. That's cool. So if you're trading the 21 EMA, it's very easy to do. All you're doing is you're looking for a higher high, higher low on a lower time frame. You can see H1 not presenting it to you. You are currently in position for buyers though. And you'll notice that price has come down. It's at the bottom of the range. And so you could be looking at an M15 time frame and saying, okay, cool. Give me the higher high, give me the higher low. If you trade in 21 EMA, that's what you're doing. You're looking to make a higher high because you want to be above the moving averages. And for price to pull back down to support, where now the 21 will be above the 55, and you have a higher low. That's how you trade the 21 on the 4-hour chart. Okay? Groovy. Let's take a look at, and in terms of bearishness, if you are a bear on the euro dollar, you're waiting for some kind of lower high, right? So you can see here, price breaking the support, price not closing at that resistance, tells you that this is still technically bullish. Now, of course, this being a higher high, where does the higher low form? Right? It could be forming right now. We zoom out. Do we have price closing at roll reversal? We do not. Okay. We've got some wicks here, though. There's a wick right over there. Okay. So you are definitely paying attention to, if you are a bear on the US dollar, and a bull in the euro, then you're definitely paying attention to potential opportunities off of this wick over here, the 21 EMA, and you're doing that in terms of a M15 time frame. All you want, and you're patient. You're so patient, right? Just like I said in USD CAD yesterday, I waited a number of hours for that setup. And because I waited for it and I got exactly what I was looking for, I verified bullishness, I took that trade, and then suddenly profit, right? Do the same thing over here. Adjust your behavior today. It's not difficult to sit back and say, you know what? I'm in control. I'm not going to just suddenly be a cork in the ocean of Forex. I'm going to be the ocean. So now what you do is you say, right, if this is bullish, it'll prove it's bullish. It'll move up. It'll pull back down to support. And from there, it'll shoot up. Now, if I start seeing that on euro dollar, what does that tell me about USD CAD? I need to be careful. USD CAD could move down because euro dollar up is USD CAD down. Okay. Why? Because of where the dollar is in that pair. Okay. So you're paying attention to that. And until that happens, you leave it alone. There's no perception. There's no, oh, this has to be bullish. Role reversals, my friends. They are your savior. All right. Let's take a look. What's next? Pound dollar. Neutral. Okay. Any news out of London today? Okay. We've got some medium and low tier news. Let's take a look at the BP, the GBP, the Great British Pound. All right. So what do we got? Okay, remember yesterday we spoke about price not having come down to the support over here. We still haven't. On an H4 time frame, you can see that we broke below this support over here, and then we broke this resistance, and our price is currently breaks that resistance and comes down. Okay, cool. Not necessarily a role reversal, but certainly indicating that price is broken back into the range. All right. So once again, easy trade, my friends. All you got to do is go to your M15 time frame. And you can see on H1, you can see we've stopped making lower lows. Okay, that's step number one. Beautiful. Step number one of, am I going to buy here the daily M2 weekly pivot points? That's step number one. Step number two, I need the higher high. I need the higher low. I want price to be above the 21.55. Okay. Easy, 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 easy. Worst case scenario, it doesn't happen, but guess what? You don't lose money. Best case scenario, it happens. You're ready. You're looking for it. It closes that role reversal, preferably at or near a market open. It does that, and then suddenly, voila, you're in a buy, and you're taking this all the way up to the daily target, or alternatively, you're taking this up further as price continues trending, right? And if none of that happens, then you don't lose any money. Beautiful. All right, cool. USD CAD. Okay, so fundamentally, strong buy. Well, we know that. We bought this yesterday. Okay, thank you very much for telling us that, QuantBox. So we got some Canadian dollar today, some Canadian news today. Okay, balance of trade, right? You saw yesterday's Canadian news. All right. So pay attention to what's going on with CAD. And if you are in the trade, again, what you're looking for on USD CAD is you're paying attention to you've got the support over here, okay? All you're looking for is, has price closed at resistance? So the fact that price broke resistance became support makes this bullish. However, if I see a 4-hour candle closing at a bearish role reversal over there, I'm not going to be picky, right? Whatever it might be. If I go into an M15 time frame and I see a lower low, lower high, you can see here, if I see a lower low, lower high, I'm getting out the lower high. No questions asked. Okay? No questions asked. I'm okay with price pulling all the way back down and knocking me out of 50 pips. It's fine. That's my minimum acceptable performance. I'm totally okay with that. Every single trade I take with an aim of locking in 50 pips and making as much as possible on the move up or move down. Okay? Sometimes that doesn't happen. You remember that euro dollar trade we took where I locked in 30 pips? On that trade, it was slightly different. I locked in 30 pips on that trade, came all the way back up, knocked me out. Oh, well, boo-hoo. That's how it works, right? No problem. I made peace with that. So I did the same thing over here. If I can just make, 30 to 50 pips on every single trade that I take, some trades will make a lot more because they will continue in the desired direction. And those are the trades that really bring in the money. But, if I make 50 or 30 pips on each trade and I'm not losing any money, I'm building my account. Slow and steady wins the race. If I do that over a period of a year or 2 or 3, I'm going to be sitting on a nice sizable amount of money. And my psychology is clean. My mindset is hundreds. No palpitations in my chest, my throat closing up because I'm stressed about, oh my gosh, emotions are taking over. All right, Aussie dollar USD. Excuse me. Neutral. Okay. It's interesting how the only pair that so far shows a strong signal is the one we took yesterday. Isn't that interesting, friends? Why is that? Because of the role reversal on H4. No magic. I mean, I had no idea what was going to happen yesterday on USD CAD. I just know that I trade role reversals. All right, cool. So here we are on Aussie USD. Now, yesterday I said to you, be careful, price is breaking the support. We don't like that. Okay. And you can see you got 8 o'clock candle, close at the support over here. Now, if you then move that down into lower time frames, the big concern was that price had broken the support over here. Okay. Once price broke this support over here, if you then start moving it down and say, well, did price close? The price broke this support, it broke this support. Okay. Now suddenly it closes this support at New York. If you look at yesterday's price action, let's go to yesterday, New York. Okay. Price comes up. And you can see here, look at that wick over there. Look at that candle over there closing at that resistance. Okay. Not great. Not great at all. Also, top of the range over here. You can see that these candles here, price didn't break above that resistance. So price closed at resistance. You wouldn't have bought that at New York. And price came all the way back down. Okay. So then price broke the 21 and the 55. There's the 4 p.m. candle. Doesn't matter to us. Now price is down here. Did price find support? I don't see any role reversals. Pricing comes up. Pricing comes down. It's currently still coming down right now. Okay. Could price come down, find support here, and then shoot up? Sure. But all you're looking for, instead of focusing on where price is going to close and how price is going to close, rather focus on looking at the bias candle. So at the close of this candle, look and see, has price closed at role reversal? You could also use bottom of the range, but then what you do is if price closes bottom of the range, you must move over to a lower time frame and you must go and find an indication where you got role reversal. Okay. Now you can see here, look at how different this chart is to the USD CAD chart. Notice how price is not broken above any of these highs. There's no role reversal to save price. Okay, that's a concern. So you need to wait for this to come down, form, then you have to wait for it to come up, form, wait for it to come down, form, close at a role reversal. Okay, right now you're looking at this and saying, there's nothing, there's no like sort of move over here where I've got this role reversal and price is now stopping at that area. You might be looking at this, but is that really a role reversal? I don't see how this formed a bottom, then came up, formed a bottom, then came up. This is just price moving down. Okay. Cool. So we're going to leave that alone. You can pay attention to it throughout the day. New Zealand dollar USD is a buy. Okay, so USD CAD wasn't the only one. Let's look at Kiwi dollar. But you can see yesterday Kiwi dollar went down, right? And there was no role reversal or trade-off. So we still made the right move on that USD CAD trade. Beautiful. Also look at the pips, tiny compared to USD CAD. So yesterday, 4 o'clock, we still said, watch the support over here. Look for price to close the support. The 8 o'clock candle breaks that support. You don't buy. Price then breaks this support. The 12 o'clock candle doesn't come anywhere near support. You don't buy. This 4 p.m. candle breaks 21. Not a candle you trade. Up here, we've come up. And we've come down. Looks like we're consolidating. Okay. So if price happens to close over here, that's cool. That's step number one. Step number two is price comes up, makes a higher high, comes down, makes a higher low, and that's your indication of buy. Okay. If you are a bear, then what you're looking for is, like on all the other pairs, you're looking for price to close at a bearish role reversal. Okay. Price either comes up, double tops, comes down, lower low, comes up, lower high, whatever the case may be. I mean, like I say, double top, but you can see there has been a trend. Okay. So yeah, you're looking for some indication of the fact that prices stop making higher highs and then followed by price making a lower low and followed by price making a lower high. Listen to how that changes bullishness to bearishness. Price stopped making higher highs. Price then went on to make a lower low. Price then went on to make a lower high. Notice the language changes the direction of the currency pair, right? Each of those things is a step. It's just the hammock that Wayne speaks about, right? Cool. In terms of Japanese yen pairs, Aussie yen, neutral. Okay, let's take a look at our Aussie yen. Is there anything that we were looking for yesterday? Okay, so we were saying like, can price come down to support? Price breaks support. Now price is coming back up. All right, cool. Looks pretty messy to me. But one thing is for sure, we have stopped going down. We did say that that might be happening. Now, this daily candle, can it close over there? Let's have a look and see how this daily candle closes. In terms of bullishness, do you have a role reversal? No, you don't. Okay, well then, do we trade this? No. CAD yen. A neutral. Okay, cool. CAD yen neutral. Let's take a look. Now, what's interesting is look at the CAD. Yesterday, going to New York, yen was the weakest, CAD was the strongest. But look at your CAD yen. Hardly made anything, right? Why? There's no role reversal. Look at our price. Okay, our price did come down over here. This was the 12 o'clock candle. That's not a bias candle. Okay, so you can see here, this is not a bias candle. The 4 o'clock candle didn't close at roll reversal. The 8 o'clock candle didn't close at roll reversal. There's a 12 o'clock candle. There's your 8 o'clock candles. The whole of yesterday, you're waiting for price to pull back down to support. Price pulled back down to support, but not on a bias candle. Now price is up here at top of the range. Okay, we're waiting for this to set up. And if you're looking for a sell, well, you can see right now you've come off the support. Looks like price wants to come higher. Okay, you're not in the most amazing position for a sell. My concern about selling for 21 EMA is you can see bears sold 21. It didn't even make a lower low. Now it's come back up. So if you're going to sell a lower high, make sure you've made a lower low first. Just think about it. Whenever you sell a lower high, make sure you've made a lower low beforehand. This isn't a lower low. If this is a lower low, we would be below this. But this already indicated that prices stopped making lower lows, right? So if we're not making the lower lows and lower highs, are we really trending? If we're not trending, why are we using moving averages? Think about the structure and what price is telling you in the market. Okay, euro yen is a buy. Let's take a look. Now, euro yen and pound yen moved quite nicely yesterday. You can see here, popped up quite nicely. But unfortunately, we didn't get a roll reversal to buy off of. Okay. You can see here, price came up, stopped making lower lows, and then price broke through. Okay. Now, as we're coming up, I understand the fundamentals say bullish, but we are definitely paying attention to opportunities to sell this. This could definitely be a rally for the month, sure, but it could also be an opportunity to sell a lower high. So keep an eye on this. In terms of today's daily chart, we didn't close any kind of roll reversal. You can see there's roll reversal there. The wick is way below that. So keep an eye on this. We're looking for that lower, low, lower. What I would love to see is price come all the way back up to the top of this range. We can then sell over there. That'd be lovely. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to happen. I've got no evidence of that happening. Right now, do I have any roll reversals, bullish or bearish? No, I don't. Okay. I'm looking for a lower low, lower high, right-hand side. Like lower low, like tuck under, pull up, lower low, lower high, and I'll sell. Okay, why am I looking to sell? Because of where price is from a yearly pivot point perspective. Okay, groovy. Let's take a look at the pound yen. Pound yen also moving quite nicely yesterday. Coming across as neutral on QuantBox. Let's have a look and see. So pound yen, what a beautiful move. Unfortunately, no roll reversal, but you could have taken off this over here. Let's look at the bias candle for that. That was 8 o'clock. That's an Asia session. I don't cover Asia. But there was certainly a price breaks resistance. Resistance becomes support situation over there. Since then, though, no higher low. Are we paying attention to roll reversals? On the left-hand side over here. We sure are. Okay. Keep an eye on that. This is your 8 o'clock candle. Wait for this candle to close. See where the candle closed. If you suddenly see price closing on a bearish roll reversal, go into a low time frame, verify it. And if you see it being bearish, take the trade. If you're not sure how to verify these things, come to the Stop Look and Correct session tonight at FX Bootcamp. You can join by going to fxbootcamp.com, and you can join the Stop Look and Correct session where I break these things down and answer trader questions. We can discuss things like how do you verify the trade lower time frame. Okay. Now, right now on a daily time frame, you can see the range. What I'd love to see is price closing top of the range. But then what I'd love to see after that is price making a lower low on the right-hand side and then pulling back up for a lower high. Okay. What I'm looking for is a lower low, lower high over here. It's going to happen at some point in time, my friends. And when it does, these yen pairs, oh boy, when the yen is really strong or really weak, man, it makes money, right? Okay, I'm waiting for that. I've been waiting for it for a long time. I'm very, very patient. That's a requirement of this game. Emotions are not necessary in Forex, but patience and discipline are. So make sure you're using the right skill set. Kiwi yen is a buy. Let's take a look. I'm not buying any yen pairs. Okay, you can see quite messy, no roll reversals. I've got no reason to be buying, right? Price closing a roll reversal. Remember, if you're selling a lower high, make sure price made a lower low. I don't see that. Okay. So if I saw price roll reversal and I didn't see a lower low, I'm like, okay, well then come down and make a lower low, and then come back up and make a lower high. I'll take the second one. I have to see the story on the charts must match the fundamentals. And in terms of the story, if I'm selling at a roll reversal, if I'm selling a lower high, price must have made a lower low beforehand. Price didn't make a lower low, it can't be a lower high. And if it's not a lower high, why am I selling it? Why would I sell anything else but lower highs after lower lows, or buy higher lows after higher highs? Right. So that's the story. Lots of stuff to pay attention to today. Things setting up potentially, but ultimately your dollar pairs potentially, opportunities here. We're still going to like sort of set this up. But in terms of your euro dollar, again, if price is stopping at the bottom of this range, it will make a higher high, it will make a higher low. Keep an eye on that at M15. Your pound dollar as well. Okay. If you're looking for selling, this over here. So wait for it to make the higher high. And what you're looking at is you're looking at timings. You're sort of saying, okay, fine. So New York. By the time New York opens, am I back down to support? Okay. And if you're a bear, well, I don't see any lower lows, lower highs yet. Okay. So if we don't get dollar strength on the dollar pairs, what happens on USD CAD? Well, if we got dollar weakness and CAD weakness, then what happens to CAD? It consolidates. I'm okay with consolidation, as long as I don't see price breaking support and support becoming resistance. Okay. But keep an eye. If you're in USD CAD, guys, you're looking for any indication of price making a lower low, pulling back for a lower high. That is death to this trade. Be disciplined in terms of when you're going to close it. And if that doesn't happen, then you have no reason to get out. Stay patient, stay disciplined, stay liquid. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Cheers.